I'm sure what I'm about to say to you is very subjective. Everybody's opinion on this topic is going to be different. But whether you are a video game fan or not, if you care about E3 or not, or find it to be something that is mega important for the year, the New Day and the Elite, or the Golden Elite, Omega and the Young Bucks, they did something this past Thursday that I don't think WWE would have ever been open to years ago. I'm looking at this and I'm finding this to be an incredibly big deal. It might not look like a big deal to you. It might look like six guys who are just simply playing video games, six guys who are friends who work for two completely different companies. It's so much more than any of that. The WWE sent out cease and desist letters to the Young Bucks for whatever reason. They did it to push their weight around. We're WWE. Get off of our property, so to speak. Get away from our venue. Get away from our show. You are not wanted here. You are not welcome. The Young Bucks and the Elite, Cody Rhodes, Marty Scurll, Hangman Page, all of them wanted to do something fun and special. They wanted to recreate what D-Generation X did with the NWO, but not on that type of scale. There really is no brand war. There is no company war. There are no ratings to be won. They're just wrestling fans trying to have a good time. They're performers, superstars in this industry who just want to show their love for professional wrestling and bring fun back to wrestling. WWE said, fuck you, we're sending out a cease and desist. Get away from us. You are unimportant to us. WWE knows who the Young Bucks are. WWE certainly knows who Kenny Omega is. And this E3 situation with the New Day, it's so much more than just six guys playing Street Fighter V. This is something we would have never seen back in the day from Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon would have never been open to any of this. And I don't even think this is Vince McMahon's call to make, to be honest with you. You know, it would be stupid. It would be foolish of him not to embrace this. But again, like I said in my Off the Script Extra, where I talked about Kenny Omega being on the WWE Network and WWE writing articles on the Young Bucks and covering this entire E3, mentioning the Elite by name, documenting their championships, where they're from. This is all done on purpose. This is not accidental. You know, WWE, they're not hiding their feelings whatsoever. It may look innocent on the website, but underneath their actions, they're desperate to say, hey, we're interested in you. You know? Some may actually call this a breach of contract. It's like tampering with one's contract with their company. You can't be doing that. It's like WWE is courting Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks without actually saying the words, we want you. We need you. It's up to them what they do with them when they get them, if they get them. But this is so big of a deal right now. It transcends more than just video games. It transcends more than just E3. You know, and these guys are businessmen. Down to the matter of it, these guys are businessmen. They're not just performers. They're not just wrestlers. You look at Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, they are businessmen. First and foremost, before they are professional wrestlers. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are selling more merchandise and making more revenue off their merchandise than they're actually making performing in a wrestling ring. They are a business first and world-class professional wrestlers second. The New Day is right there with them. They may be working for the machine. They may be working for Satan themselves, but they know what they're doing. They're generating interest in their YouTube channel. They're generating interest in their stock as performers, and they're not even in a wrestling ring. Who knows what this is setting up for, but they're certainly making you pay attention. And like I said, this transcends more than professional wrestling. This is somewhat of a partnership between not just WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling, but this is a partnership between 6 men who are clearly friends, and a partnership between 2 of the biggest groups right now in professional wrestling, whether you want to admit the New Day is or not. Yes, they are. This is amazing for professional wrestling. This is absolutely fantastic for professional wrestling, because now the talk is WWE opening up to partnerships and possible collaborations with outside companies. Open to possible partnerships with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Is that the case? Or is that WWE's PR just acting all nice and cordial right now? When has WWE, under the reign of Vince McMahon, ever wanted to be cordial and open for partnership with any other wrestling promotion? Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck about partnerships with any other wrestling promotion. He doesn't need partnerships. Vince McMahon is a one-man army. He does what he wants, and he goes after whom he wants. If he doesn't want you, he doesn't want you. If you are a wrestling company trying to get into Madison Square Garden like Ring of Honor is, then they will shut you down, or at least attempt to. Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck about partnerships. This is all a PR ploy by WWE, saying that they're opening up to partnerships with outside companies, mainly New Japan Pro Wrestling. Whatever the Elite and the New Day are doing right now for the world of professional wrestling is such a fantastic thing. This is great, not just for them. It's great for the fans. The fans are ready to embrace the winds of change. And I've said this often, the winds of change are being felt in the world of professional wrestling. You know, a lot of these other podcasters and a lot of these other elitists who are just riding this WWE dick for no reason. They speak of all the money that they're making, and that's the only important thing. Yes, it's important to any business to make money. But it's also driving away the fans from this product. The money is what's ruining the product. And I said this time and time again as I was covering this Fox deal and this NBC Universal deal. The more money that WWE takes in from these deals, the worse the product is going to get. They're not going to improve the product. Just look at the current product in which they made all this money from. If Fox and NBC Universal are willing to pay this kind of money for the product in its current state, do you think WWE is going to deem change necessary? Of course not. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. This is why I want a New Japan invasion in the United States. This is why I want New Japan to thrive in the United States. I want them to fucking make WWE think a little bit. Oh shit. The Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, they're here. I want them to strike fear in WWE. I want them to be competitors to WWE. Because that's the only way WWE is ever going to change their mentality. It's the only way WWE is going to change their mindset. Because with no competition and all this money coming in, WWE is a juggernaut. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. We're going to watch regardless. And we're going to hang on to that one fucking aspect of hope. We hope that they change. We hope that they change what is necessary to be a thriving product on television. Look at their roster right now. They have the best roster that they've ever had. Ever. And this is the quality of product that we're getting on television. This is why this E3 stunt, this E3 program with the New Day and the Elite is so much more than just Street Fighter V. This may be a turning of the page for the wrestling business. I don't know why WWE doesn't openly embrace what is going on in the wrestling world and they want to continue doing what they're doing. It's all that money aspect. I mean, I don't understand how anybody in this company could watch the change that's happening in the wrestling industry. Fans now want more of what they're getting from New Japan. Can you imagine if WWE even did a tenth of what they're doing over in New Japan Pro Wrestling and giving us a core product? JD, that's what NXT is for. NXT is not meant to be the New Japan version of WWE. I don't want to watch solely NXT to get my fill of what wrestling should be or how a show should be booked. You know, the brand of entertainment that WWE is trying to force upon everybody is not really entertainment. Who is it really entertainment to? It's only entertainment to one person. There's something mentally wrong with you if you find anything on WWE television, the likes of what they did on Monday Night Raw in the opening segment, the obstacle course, the B team. This is not entertaining. This is not entertainment. The entertainment now that fans crave, want, and desire is what they watched on Friday with Dominion. I wish WWE would embrace these changes. Triple H is apparently open to these changes and wants to embrace cross-promotion. But like I said, I think this is just a PR stunt to make them look good. They're making themselves look a little bit more attractive to Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, because they want. They don't want to cross-promote. They don't want anything with any other promotion. They're just playing nice for the time being and making themselves seem like the good guy in all this. But when they open their checkbook, it's fuck you, New Japan. We're taking your 3 biggest guys, and now we're going to make them into corporate men. That's all they want. So this may be a PR stunt by Triple H, but when it comes to Triple H, he's saying all the right things. New Japan Pro Wrestling is hotter than it's ever been, and WWE has taken notice. The contracts for Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks expire sometime in late December, early January, but New Japan Pro Wrestling has plenty of money to offer them so they can stay. If New Japan Pro Wrestling is able to sign them to new deals, then the only way in the immediate future for WWE to get the hottest names in wrestling would be to work with New Japan. Triple H seems open to working with New Japan in an open working relationship. During an interview with Sun Sport, he was asked if he was open to working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Triple H said, and I quote, "We are open to doing things with anybody or anything." He continued, and I quote, "We have an alliance with Progress in the UK, a situation with ICW in Scotland, 2 very well-run and respected promotions that do good business. But more importantly, they are cultivating talent. They are not just exploiting talent and grabbing guys to do a show with them. They are teaching talent and trying to make them better, which is what it is all about for me." And if you listen to Triple H's conference call, that is exactly what he harped on for a good 15 minutes. We've seen so many unthinkable things happen in wrestling in recent years, so why not a working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling? Triple H added, and I quote, "Is there opportunity for cross-promotional events? Absolutely. With the right things, it's a blank slate. I'm open to just about anything if the right situation shows itself." End quote. During the Street Fighter V battle with Xavier Woods on Thursday, Kenny Omega said that he wanted to do more work together, hinting that he wanted to have some cross-promotion between the 2 biggest wrestling companies in the world. In previous interviews, Omega said that he and the New Day have tried to do a cross-promotional angle, but WWE nixed the entire idea. Now, we all, as fans, never thought WWE would work with any promotion. But now WWE is working with promotions like Progress and ICW. They even are working with TNA, in which TNA is allowing WWE to use their footage for several superstars like the Hardys. TNA's name is now being mentioned on WWE programming, not main roster program, but if you watch Table for 3, WWE is not afraid to drop TNA's name in anything talking with Kurt Angle or AJ Styles. And more footage is to come because a lot of their former talent, TNA, is now working with WWE. Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode. You think WWE is not going to want footage of that for the network? WWE now is, they may be more open to working with certain companies, but as far as a cross-promotional event, I know what everybody's thinking. New Japan Pro Wrestling versus WWE. Can you imagine WrestleMania being built on that? That would be fucking unbelievable. I can't even put into words what that would be. Triple H may be involved. But Vince McMahon ultimately has the say. He doesn't want to work with anybody. He doesn't want anybody coming over from another promotion being showcased on his program. Vince McMahon is one man. Vince McMahon wants to take over the entire industry. He doesn't want to fucking work with these guys. He wants these guys. And if he didn't want them then, if he didn't know their name then, he certainly wants them and knows their name now. Now, it's 2018. Anything can happen. I am not surprised by anything that I see in the wrestling world in 2018. Hopefully, Triple H can help broker a deal for a New Japan Pro Wrestling talent exchange and vice versa. Is it possible? I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. I honestly think Triple H is just playing good guy here, and he's making he and WWE look a little bit more humanized, just for the sake of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They don't want to work with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They want Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And how much money does New Japan Pro Wrestling really have? Are they going to be able to outbid WWE for the rights of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks? Is WWE going to do whatever it takes to get these guys away from New Japan Pro Wrestling and bring them to the WWE? I don't know. It is a 50-50 split. It is definitely the most talked about thing right now in all of professional wrestling. And that mainly has to do with New Japan and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and everything that comes along with those guys. It's going to be a very interesting situation. But like I said, WWE doesn't want to work with anybody. Triple H may be open to working with somebody in his own agenda just to pad his resume. But when it comes to Vince McMahon, he don't want to work with anybody. He just wants the entire wrestling world in the palm of his hands. Vince McMahon never wanted to work with anybody. If anything, Vince McMahon wants to kill professional wrestling. He ain't for the business. Vince McMahon is for himself. Triple H may be for the business, and some of you may groan at that aspect. But until Triple H fucks up royally, I'm going to continue to put my faith in Triple H. Triple H is definitely more in sync, more in tune, and with the heartbeat of what the industry is doing right now than Vince McMahon ever was. If there's one man we should believe in, it's Triple H. Vince McMahon is for himself. He wants to kill, not create. That's my honest opinion on that. But I needed to bring awareness to this. Whatever Xavier Woods and the Elite, the New Day and the Elite did at this E3 Street Fighter V competition, whatever they did, this was a huge step forward for professional wrestling. We would have never seen this thing 10, 15 years ago, ever. Now we're more open to it. WWE needs to be a part of it because the winds of change are forming in professional wrestling. It's just not WWE anymore. And if WWE could kill New Japan, you better damn believe it. If they had the opportunity to, they would take that fucking sword and cut the head off New Japan. And the head right now is Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Don't believe for a second that they want to work. They just want. We got Money in the Bank preview and predictions coming up right here on Off the Script. Let me know what you guys think about that opening story. What does it mean to you with the E3 Street Fighter V competition with the New Day and the Elite? Is it anything that we should be talking about? Is it of great importance to this industry? Do you see Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks really coming to the WWE at the end of their current contracts? Money in the Bank preview and predictions, plus a whole bunch of Money in the Bank news and rumors right here on part 2 of episode 226 of Off the Script. off this shitty fucking product by coming on here and speaking the fucking goddamn truth about this fucking filth.
And I can book a better show taking a fucking dump after eating my fucking Chipotle chorizo with extra cheese.
I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Have I ever? Of course not.
WWE is great, man. Fuck you, Japan, and Okada. Delete! What is it, man? Can I suck your dick? What is it, man?
And this is the #1 fucking podcast.
Right here on YouTube.com! This
is off the script. You know, I got a nice little surprise outside my front door a couple of days ago, and I completely forgot I was in contact with these guys. This is really cool, man. It's almost a take on what I used to do back in the day. When I was younger and my dad was getting me into sports cards and collecting and taking care of cards, you know, we used to have shoe boxes full of just trading cards, and the most expensive cards we'd look up in the price guide how much each one of them was worth, and if we had a really mega expensive one, which, you know, back in the day was a lot more than what they are now. I don't know what the trading card business is looking like now, but when we were back in the day, you know, I remember I fucking loved my Mike Piazza rookie card, man. His first ever rookie card. And my dad had his own collection. We had the basement redone, and my dad put all these trading cards on display in really, really, like, almost glass-like protective cases. You know, I remember my dad had Ken Griffey Jr.'s first rookie card. And Nolan Ryan and Frank Thomas, Cal Ripken Jr. Back when trading cards were like a fucking big deal. And I got in on that, and I tried to follow in my dad's footsteps with that stuff. And this just takes me back to what I remember as a young child, man. This is not baseball or basketball or anything like that, but this is WWE. Let me turn on my camera so I could show you guys here. We got WWE trading cards. And this is from Sports Cards Direct. If you guys go to www.sportscardsdirect.com, they deliver right to your front door, man. So if you guys want to go check these guys out, it's a subscription service, and they deliver trading cards. If you guys are big into the WWE trading cards, they deliver anything and everything to you. They got a basic, a plus, and a premium package subscription. So you guys can go there and pick your own packs, customize your own packages. This is great, man. They gave me, I don't know what this was, but they gave me, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs that I already pre-opened. I didn't look in them yet. I got a Heritage pack, a Then, Now, Forever pack. These are all from Topps Trading Cards. WrestleMania. I got regular WWE. I got NXT. I got WWE 2018, WWE Legends, and they even gave me protective cases in case I get anything of value. Now, I don't know what these things are worth, but it's awesome that they included the casings, the plastic casings. So if you guys want to follow them on social media as well, you guys can go to Sports Card Direct on Facebook, on Twitter at SportsCardsDRCT, and then YouTube. They have a YouTube channel. Just look up Sports Cards Direct. So that is awesome right there, man. Let's try and open these. I want to see what we got. I'm not going to open up all of them. I just want to give you guys a basis of what's going on here, because I'm excited about this, man. Thank you to the people over at Sports Card Direct. I'm really excited about this. I have an authentic 2017 WWE autographed card, Mick Foley. Ooh, look at that, man. I got a Mick Foley Legends card in my first pack, autographed. That's fucking sweet, dude. I'm putting that in the plastic. Tatanka, the Honky Tonk Man, and Kerry Von Erich. That's what they look like. That's Tatanka, and then the Honky Tonk Man there, and then Kerry Von Erich. There you go there, man. That's awesome. That is great. That's the first pack that we opened. This one has an Ultimate Warrior tribute card. This is a regular pack WWE. I got Asuka. I got Akam from the Authors of Pain, Kofi Kingston, Tommaso Ciampa. Ooh, look at that. I should just put that in the plastic just because he's a beast. Shane McMahon, Brock Lesnar, and The Rock. I didn't get anything of value in there. Let's see what else we got here, man. Let's open up the NXT one. I don't think there's going to be anything in the NXT one. Finn Balor, Dash, and Dawson. Ooh, I got a collectible Finn Balor. Ooh, look at this. I got an Alexander Wolf. Alexander Wolf signed autograph, man. Look at that. Alexander Wolf signed autograph, and I got an Elite here. NXT call-up gold Finn Balor card. So that's pretty cool, man. I might put those in the plastic. Let's hold on to those. That's pretty cool. Otis Dojovic, Bayley, Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor, and Dash and Dawson there of the Revival. That was pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here, man. Let's do the, let's see. We got, this one seems pretty thick. Look for exclusive silver-based and autographed cards. I feel like I got something in this one, man. Ember Moon. These are like the old Topps baseball cards with the same look. You know, I love this, man. Heritage. Ember Moon, Dolph Ziggler, Roddy Piper, Lex Luger, Zack Ryder, Samoa Joe, Chris Jericho, Undertaker, and Lex Luger defeats WWE Champion Yokozuna at 1993 SummerSlam via countout, where he celebrated as if he won the title, but he didn't win the title. I remember that. What do we got here, man? We got a regular pack of WWE cards here. Topps. Shane Thorne, Chad Patton. Who the fuck wants a referee card, man? Finn Balor, Corey Graves. Oh my goodness, Corey Graves. Total Divas. Are you fucking kidding me? John Cena and Triple H. Nothing of value there. Let's continue, man. I got a couple more here. WrestleMania. Let's see what we got here. Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt. Big John Studd in a body slam challenge. Baron Corbin. Randy Orton defeats Luke Harper. Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton defeats Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Please, don't remind me. Don't remind me, man. Oh, my goodness. And we got one more pack here, man. The Then, Now, and Forever pack. Let's see what we get. Natalya. Heath Slater. Dolph Ziggler. Sheamus. John Cena defeats Bray Wyatt in a last man standing match. I don't know if that was good or not. I don't know. Whatever. Triple H and Brock Lesnar, man. That was pretty much everything, man. But we got a couple of good ones. We got the Mick Foley Legends card signed. We got Alexander Wolf signed, and we got a NXT call-up gold Finn Balor card. You see that the number is gold. So that is number 12 of 25, it looks like. So that's pretty cool, man. I want to thank the guys over at Sports Cards Direct. You guys can see the box that it comes in. Fits right in your mailbox. If you guys want to subscribe to this, man, it's great shit. I love this stuff. So hopefully we could do business with them in the future, man. Basic, plus, and premium packages. So make sure you guys go to sportscardsdirect.com if you are interested in any of this stuff, man. Thank you to them, and that was awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This is indeed episode 226 of Off the Script. This is part 2 for your Money in the Bank weekend. We're going to be going over Money in the Bank preview and predictions. We're going to go over the entire card, what I think is going to happen at the show, where I think WWE goes from here into the summer months at SummerSlam. We're going to talk about all that stuff today on the podcast, plus other stories surrounding the Money in the Bank pay-per-view this Sunday. If you missed part 1 of Off the Script, we talked about Brock Lesnar possibly not being at SummerSlam, so there may not be a match with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns might not be in the main event. Brock Lesnar isn't even signed through SummerSlam. So I don't know where people are getting their information from, but I go over all that stuff in the video yesterday. Make sure you guys go and check it out. It will be in the annotation that you see in the top right corner. And not only that, but everything else you might have missed this week will be there as well. I got a bunch of videos that you guys might have missed. Here is just a few of them. The NXT review, my Monday Night Raw review, my SmackDown review. I have 2 off-the-script extras talking about Kenny Omega being on the WWE Network and WWE pretty much putting it out there without actually saying that they want Kenny Omega. He's on the WWE Network and their Hidden Gems collection, We go over Carmella possibly getting the return of James Ellsworth at Money in the Bank to possibly help her beat Asuka this Sunday night. So all of that on the channel right now. Please make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out. Please remember to fund and help Rusty out for his Bike Tour 2018 as he bikes for research towards the terrible disease of MS. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Link will be in the description, or not the description, but the comments. Better yet, the comments. It will be down below in the comments section, pinned at the very top if you guys want to help Rusty and donate to his great cause. He is training as hard as a motherfucker, man, for this tour coming up later this summer. This week alone, he biked over 120 miles this week alone. So you know he is preparing like a beast. Please make sure you guys go and check that out. Read his blog. Read why he's doing it. And it might serve you better, man. Please go and fund him. It's a great cause, and it's an important thing each and every year. Not only to him, but off the script each and every year, man. So please go and check that out. Follow me on social media. Follow me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206. We just hit 22,000 followers on there. Thank you guys so very much. We just hit 93,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you guys want to go check the channel out, subscribe down below. Hit that bell for all notifications. Thank you guys so very much. Can't wait to hit 100,000. It's been a long time coming. I bust my ass for this channel each and every fucking day, each and every week. Can't wait to finally do it. So if you guys enjoy what you see and you're new, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Great way to support the show, man. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript for your t-shirts. We just got announced for All In, so I better see most of you guys who come up to me in Chicago wearing some OTS merchandise. I'll be on Podcast Row with everybody in the world of professional wrestling podcasting. So barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. A great way to support the show. If you guys have already signed up, please tell a friend, a colleague at work, a family member, a schoolmate, classmate. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. It is 30 days that you get for Audible just by signing up. And if you don't like the service, you guys can cancel within those 30 days. And they're going to give you a free audiobook. And you get to keep that audiobook no matter what. If you guys cancel and say, fuck Audible, you guys are going to get to keep the audiobook no matter what, man. So make sure you guys check that out. Great way to support the show. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. And if you guys want to just pledge to the Patreon page, patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. If you guys enjoy what you see and you want to support on a monthly basis, patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Before we even get into the preview and predictions of Money in the Bank, which in itself I don't want to waste too much time on because quite frankly I just don't give a shit, we're all anticipating at least a cash-in this year. Whether it happens on Sunday or not, we're anticipating a cash-in. Now, as you guys know, last year, Baron Corbin and the bankrupt Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, won the briefcases last year. Corbin failed his cash-in unceremoniously, just god-awful. And then Carmella became the first woman in history to successfully cash in her briefcase. Now, with this year's Money in the Bank on Sunday, the WWE Universe is excited to see who will be holding the briefcases this year. It is rumored that Natalya is the favorite to win the contract in the women's ladder match. Also, The Miz seems to be the frontrunner to capture the Money in the Bank for the second time in his career. For the men, it's a bit premature to speculate about possible cash-ins when the winners have not been determined, but WWE officials already have plans for a huge cash-in. Now, according to a report from the Wrestling Observer, which in itself, when I read this to you, please take this with a grain of salt, I do not see this happening. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. WWE officials could be planning the men's briefcase to be cashed in at SummerSlam. Okay, that I could understand, that I could see. The rumored main event for the event is another match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. It's being said that whoever wins the Universal Championship match at SummerSlam, there will be a cash-in afterwards. Hypothetically, that means The Miz would cash in on Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. if he were to be the one to take the title off Lesnar, he would have ultimate bragging rights in WWE, and that would likely set up a huge rivalry with Reigns. If The Miz were to cash in and steal the title from Roman, their feud will continue after SummerSlam and into the fall. Of course, there is no guarantee that The Miz will win the briefcase this year, or there is no guarantee he will cash in on Roman and Brock Lesnar. However, it seems that no matter who wins the briefcase this year, there could be a cash-in at SummerSlam, and it will begin a feud with Roman Reigns. Lesnar's WWE future should have a huge impact on the cash-in, but WWE fans should expect a cash-in regardless this year. A, that doesn't make any sense. B, why would you move The Miz to SmackDown Live off of Raw if you're going to have him win the Money in the Bank only to have him go back to Monday Night Raw? Why would you bring him to SmackDown Live in hopes that we get a conclusion to Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, only to have him leave the brand and go feud with Roman Reigns? Does that make any fucking sense whatsoever? Now, unless there are conflicting reports and WWE is trying to feed bullshit to somebody, maybe Braun Strowman is the one who's going to win Money in the Bank and then cash in to take the title from Roman, and we're going to see Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns after SummerSlam. I don't know, but I don't see The Miz cashing in on either on Reigns or Lesnar. That makes zero sense. Now, I do see The Miz cashing in, but it would more than likely be for the WWE Championship. It would probably be on AJ Styles or Samoa Joe, or maybe if Daniel Bryan is in the WWE Championship match, and that is the foundation to begin their feud, because the only real reason why you move The Miz to SmackDown Live was to put him on the same show as Daniel Bryan. No other reason. Would you be interested in seeing Roman Reigns versus The Miz for the Universal Championship? Fuck no! I don't want to see Roman Reigns against anybody for the Universal Championship, let alone as a babyface. Now, if Braun Strowman wins the briefcase and cashes in, that is a little bit more believable. But we'll talk about that as we get to the briefing predictions. This is a bullshit story. This is the Wrestling Observer creating news out of thin air. The Miz will cash in, but it will be for the WWE Championship if he wins the briefcase, which, under my estimation, I'm going with The Miz. Speaking of Money in the Bank, what is going to main event Money in the Bank? What is going to be the match that closes the show on Sunday night? If WWE has a choice in this, which they do, it could be an awful main event. Is it going to be the WWE Championship? I don't think so. I think, A, WWE is going to give us a bullshit ending with the WWE Championship. B, if you watch SmackDown Live, the WWE Championship turmoil between Nakamura and AJ Styles wasn't even featured in a prime spot on the show. It wasn't featured in the main event. WWE gave you a 10-woman tag in the main event. 15 to 20 minutes of our life wasted that we can't get back. They featured AJ Styles in an interview segment alone. Nakamura fought Jeff Hardy in a first-time ever match, but he did not mention AJ Styles once. They didn't even cross paths. There was no brawl. There was no mention of AJ from Shinsuke's mouth. So is that going on last? I don't think so. I think AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be placed right in the center of the card, and that is going to be all the reason WWE needs to give you another fuck finish. Will it be the Money in the Bank men's ladder match? Well, depending on what you hear on Monday Night Raw or what you want to hear, WWE has been building up the storyline of this is a career-altering moment. This is a life-changing moment for whoever wins this briefcase. So why not put that in the main event? I could see that main eventing the show. It's the most important part of the show. For fuck's sake, the pay-per-view's named after it. Or, if you're WWE, it's going to be another politically charged agenda in the main event. Although Brock Lesnar's absence means the Universal Championship won't be on the line this Sunday, the WWE has still managed to put together a solid card, depending on who you talk to, with many matches that aren't exciting whatsoever. Recently, there has been a lot made of the fact that WWE is choosing poor options to go on last in their main event spots. For example, there's been a lot of resentment towards the company for having Roman Reigns in the main event, when he certainly doesn't deserve it. In particular, the fact he and Samoa Joe went on last at Backlash instead of AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. So many on social media criticizing the decision. Now, you look at it after the fact, whatever we've seen with Nakamura and AJ Styles doesn't seem so bad in the main event spot in that moment, does it? Much rather see that than people chanting, "Beat the traffic!" Right? Especially when there's no title implications on the line in that match either, and the feud went nowhere, and it did nothing for either man. Didn't do anything for Roman, and it didn't do anything for Joe. It only made WWE look stupid. Now, there was even talk that this is what caused many fans to leave the arena. Now, although fans will be hoping that Roman doesn't main event Money in the Bank because his match with Jinder Mahal means jack shit to everybody watching, and beating Jinder Mahal doesn't guarantee you anything. The only thing that it guarantees you, Mr. Reigns, is first dibs on Titus O'Neil's macaroni and cheese. Now, the assumption, however, would be that one of the two Money in the Bank ladder matches closes the show, or even another rematch between Nakamura and AJ Styles. The likes of Braun Strowman, The Miz, Kevin Owens, they all have the opportunity to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Charlotte Flair, Becky, Sasha, and Ember Moon have opportunities to win the Money in the Bank briefcase for the women. With big names like that, you figure either one of those matches could main event the show. However, according to Cage Side Seats, which you should all take with a grain of salt, WWE could completely miss out on both of these matches main eventing for one other championship match. Sources claim that there has been increased talk backstage of having Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax in the main event of Money in the Bank instead. Ronda Rousey, who will be inducted into the modern wing of UFC's Hall of Fame next month, receives her first championship opportunity in what will be her first singles match in the company. The match was confirmed strangely at a media event. Jax made a not-so-subtle heel turn out of nowhere, and then a face turn, and then a heel turn, and then a face turn, and a heel turn, back to a face turn, making her look pathetic in the process. Now, that left everybody confused. Fans going back and forth on whether Ronda Rousey deserves the title run, Ronda Rousey's acting being criticized, how this match makes no sense being criticized. With rumors suggesting she is set to battle Charlotte in the main event of WrestleMania next year, it looks like Rousey could be stacking up accolades in her early WWE career to build up to that, especially since it was revealed that she's only signed a one-year deal with the company. There's no denying Ronda Rousey is arguably right now WWE's biggest marketing asset. So it won't be a huge surprise to see their most significant investment in big spots like this moving forward, and that includes Money in the Bank. This main event, the way it sits right now, I'm jumping the gun here. This match in the main event, the way it sits right now, no, I'm sorry. There is only one way, and only one way I would accept this main event at Money in the Bank, or if this match was the main event Money in the Bank, and that has to do with Natalya. Now, WWE has something that they could really exploit here and have fun with. Fun and WWE don't necessarily go hand in hand. How I would do this. They have one of two options. One, they could make Nia Jax look redeeming after that terrible fucking thing. Excuse me. Fucking coffee's coming up. Not that you give a shit about that or want to hear that. They could make Nia Jax look redeeming here in Money in the Bank. After being tapped out on Monday in unceremonious fashion, which leaves nothing to the viewer going into this match, they could really redeem Ronda Rousey here and Nia Jax in this whole storyline by having Ronda apply the armbar and making Nia Jax look somewhat strong. You know, she doesn't necessarily have to tap out. She'll break her arm. She would have her arm broken to keep that championship. Have the hole applied. Have Nia just continue to ground and pound Ronda the best she can. Wear out Ronda. Get her up. Show her power. Powerbomb her. Whatever. Have both women fatigued at the end of this thing. And then here comes Natalya trying to cash in the briefcase, and she takes the title away from an already injured Nia Jax, does Natalya, and Ronda Rousey is left empty-handed. That's one option. The second option, which I like a lot better, is Ronda Rousey wins the championship. Ronda Rousey wins the championship, which we all expect her to do. Natalya comes and celebrates her Money in the Bank victory from earlier in the night. Natalya standing there with the briefcase. Ronda standing there with the championship. Natalya on one leg, that injured left knee that was supposedly switched to the right knee. And then out of nowhere, a shot with the briefcase right over the head. Natalya knocks Ronda out, and people are shocked. What are you doing? What are you doing? She reveals that the knee was all a ploy. It was all a fake. She played possum. She shows you in typical heel fashion, man, listen, my knee's all right. Cash this bitch in. I'm pinning her right now. This is my time. WWE has an opportunity not only to have a career-defining moment for Natalya, but it could be a great way to close the show. Backstabbing your best friend. There's no better television, even though it's come off very unnatural and unorganic. There's no better television than having your best friend just stabbed in the back. I love it. I absolutely love it. They go off the air. Natalya wins the Women's Championship. Yes, Ronda would have a blemish on her record, but at least it would build towards her first rematch for that championship. Her first legitimate championship match with a storyline built behind it, and she wins the title back at SummerSlam. Yes, it would be a token title win for Natalya. Yes, it would be one of them interim title reigns for Natalya, right? But whatever. It's good storytelling, and WWE could really have fun with that leading into SummerSlam. That's the only way I would accept this match to main event Money in the Bank. Exactly what I just laid out for you right there. And if WWE does that, get a little golf clap for me, man, because that's what I want to see. That's the only way I'll accept this match in the main event of Money in the Bank. Other than that, Ronda doesn't deserve it. Naya doesn't deserve it. The Raw Women's Championship certainly doesn't deserve it. And this pay-per-view doesn't deserve it. If you have nothing planned like what I laid out for you, fuck your political agenda and worry about what's most important. The men's Money in the Bank briefcase. The fucking pay-per-view is named after it. Your initiative on commentary, career-changing moment. Then pretend like it is and put what is deserving in the main event. If you have nothing planned for Ronda and Natalya coming out of the Women's Championship match, I don't want to hear it. It doesn't deserve it. No one deserves it. Ronda's a WWE superstar right now. She's not a UFC superstar. Or WWE could do this. WWE could give Ronda the championship and have her go into the UFC Hall of Fame as women's champion because you know they love that mainstream attention. So WWE must have been clued in before they made this match. Oh, Ronda's going into the UFC Hall of Fame? Let's put her in a championship match. Fuck logic. I can see that happening too. Now, which is the more likely option here for WWE? WWE putting the championship on Ronda Rousey and have her go into the Hall of Fame? Or WWE actually pretending to give a shit about storylines? Only one way, and it's exactly how I laid it out for you. How long Ronda Rousey's contract is with the WWE? Well, if you're talking to Ric Flair, it ends tomorrow. Ronda Rousey is almost 5 months into her WWE run, and her first shot at the Raw Women's Championship is next week. At Money in the Bank, she will take on Nia Jax, who won the title at WrestleMania this year in one of the worst women's matches I have ever seen. For a number of weeks now, the pair has been feuding on Monday nights, and according to Cage Side Seats, again, take it with a pinch of salt, they will main event Money in the Bank. Until now, Rousey has only had one match in WWE. That came at the Show of Shows in April when she teamed with Kurt Angle against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. That night, they beat Triple H and Stephanie McMahon by submission, with Rousey locking in her armbar on the Raw Commissioner. Since WrestleMania, the former UFC star has made short appearances on TV but hasn't wrestled a full singles match yet, meaning this week's pay-per-view will be her first ever in WWE. Now, why she was given the title shot so early is exactly what I mentioned before. WWE must have caught wind of her going to the UFC Hall of Fame, and they want that mainstream media attention with Ronda having the Raw Women's Championship. It brings spotlight on the championship, it brings spotlight on Raw, it brings spotlight on Rousey, who's a WWE superstar right now. I would not be shocked if that is the reason. Now, it seems odd, but after I laid that out for you, it doesn't seem so odd. So, having her win the title so early on is definitely not out of the question. There's no doubt that Rousey is WWE's biggest draw right now, especially for the females. But is it really a good decision to have her challenge for the top prize so early in her career? After all, there are other women on the roster that are far more deserving of the title shot those that have been working towards it for most of their life. Simply, though, Rousey will draw a far bigger audience with her match with Nia Jax, and that's unfortunate for everyone else. But there's also another reason for giving her a title shot so soon. It could be because of her WWE contract. Speaking recently, WWE legend Ric Flair revealed that Rousey has only signed a one-year deal with the company. During an interview with Cage Side Seats, Flair also explained the reason for that, and it's because Rousey wants to have a family. He didn't say exactly when that will happen, of course. She can always sign an extension. I don't think we should be going to Ric Flair for news and rumors. From what we all read and what we heard, Ronda Rousey, I think Stephanie McMahon even said it, that she signed a multi-year deal with WWE. Did Ronda Rousey say she wants to start a family? Yes, but not in the immediate future. We don't know when. She didn't give you a timetable. She didn't give you a date of when she's going to start this process. This is her WWE career. She's proclaimed all her life how she wanted to be here. You're going to give it up after a couple of months just because you want to have a family? I don't think we should be taking anything that Ric Flair says into consideration. So just leave it at that as a rumor. Has WWE signed her through at least WrestleMania? You better believe it. Could you see WWE signing her just for WrestleMania to get her a match with Charlotte? You better believe it. But I don't think WWE is in the business to sign anybody for a one-year deal just through WrestleMania. It's not anyone like Ronda Rousey with all the rigorous training she went through, all the bullshit she had to go through just to get here, all the investment and all the time they're putting into her. I don't think it's just a one-year thing. I think WWE wants Ronda Rousey on their payroll for a long, extended, foreseeable future. So Ric Flair, I don't know where he's getting his information from, but I don't think we should be taking information from Ric Flair. Just take that with a huge or small pinch of salt. We're not going to go to Ric Flair for news and rumors. So leave it at that. Rousey on TV for the foreseeable future. They're building towards Charlotte. Whatever comes next year, we worry about next year. Her having kids, it's been said, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. How old is Ronda Rousey anyway? She has plenty of time for that to happen and have a WWE career. Let's just keep the news and rumors to those who are in and around the industry and not an aging, senile Ric Flair. I got a couple more stories, man, before we get into the brief, or what I want to make a brief Money in the Bank preview and predictions, because, again, I'm going to stress this to you all weekend. I just don't give a shit. I hate when we have pay-per-view, weekends coming up, and I just don't care about the show that they're putting on. But hey, at least we got TakeOver tonight, right? We just spoke on Ronda Rousey's contract and how I don't believe Ric Flair and what he said. I think Ronda is signed through a multi-year deal. I think that's what we've all heard anyway. But I dug a little deeper and I found a news article about several other WWE superstars and their contracts and what the current status is on them going into the summer months. Now, since last year, there's been a lot more focus on WWE contracts and the expiration dates regarding certain superstars. In particular, there have been a lot that WWE's focused on with both Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar. In the case of the former SmackDown Live general manager, fans have been eager to find out whether or not Bryan will leave the WWE once his contract expires and potentially heads back to the independent scene. Although the fact that he's been cleared has just made the situation a lot more confusing, with fans unable to predict whether or not that makes his decision to stay or leave easier. Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, was expected to leave at WrestleMania 34, where the rumors stated that he would drop the Universal Championship to Roman Reigns in the main event before heading to the UFC once again to pick up his career there. That hasn't happened, and Lesnar is still a part of the WWE with the Universal title around his waist, with a defense now expected at SummerSlam, according to those who you talk to, who are reporting one thing, and then the others who are reporting that Brock Lesnar isn't even going to be at SummerSlam, which I highly doubt. Contract talks have also hit the headlines this week after what happened over in Japan, where Kenny Omega became the IWGP Heavyweight Champion by defeating Kazuchika Okada, with his contract expiring on January 31st, 2019. Sources have claimed that Vince McMahon and New Japan could be involved in a bidding war next year for the rights to sign him. Now, Fightful.com released a list of contract details over several WWE superstars' contract statuses, highlighting that they are set to expire. First up, Lesnar's contract expiring in August 2018, suggesting that his title defense at SummerSlam will be a paid-by-night appearance, and it will be his final night in WWE before he makes his exit. Next up, the attention will fall on Daniel Bryan when his contract expires September 1st. As soon as that clock hits September 1st, Bryan may be all in. Because what I read is Bryan don't have a no-compete clause on his contract, so if he wants to show up at All In, he certainly could be there. Maybe they're leaving Kenny Omega status for All In up in the air, and they aren't going to choose an opponent for him just based on the fact that Daniel Bryan's contract's expiring, and maybe we get Omega versus Daniel Bryan at All In. I don't know, man. Only time will tell. Based on what several sources have said over the past few weeks, however, they seem confident that Bryan will sign a new deal with WWE. Mauro Ranallo and Paige, their contracts are said to be expiring in 2019. No reason why neither of them will re-sign. Stephanie McMahon will also have her contract to renew next year, although the source has revealed that Stephanie's deal, which will end in October of 2019, is only for her on-screen role and not her position behind the scenes. There's no reason why Stephanie McMahon would not re-sign with the WWE as an on-air performer. In 2020, both Mojo Rawley and Mandy Rose will see their contracts expire, while the Big Show just recently signed a new deal set to expire in 2021. The Miz is also continuing to show that he is a vital asset to WWE both inside and outside the ring, with his contract expiring in 2022. One of the most recent big names that has signed a lengthy contract with the WWE is Kevin Owens. Last month, the former WWE Universal Champion signed a new 5-year deal with the company, so he's expected to remain in the WWE until 2023 at the minimum. Vince has some time left with some of the stars, such as Owens and The Miz, but it seems like his immediate focus right now is going to fall on Daniel Bryan, especially since Brock Lesnar already has one foot out the door. So there you go with that, man. It's always interesting to know where, the status lies with certain WWE superstars. I expect I expect Bryan to sign. I'm just fantasy booking with Bryan Omega at All In. But I expect Bryan to sign. I expect Paige to re-sign. I expect Mauro to resign. There's no reason for them to go anywhere. Mojo Rawley, I could care less, or I couldn't care any less than I do now. Mandy Rose, where's she going to go? Mandy Rose is a WWE enhancement talent. She was raised in the Performance Center. They enhanced her skills there. She's homegrown, I would say. There's no reason for her to go anywhere else. She's going to find no bigger, praise and success than in the WWE. Miz, he signed the new deal. Owens signed the new deal. Big Show signed the new deal, but it's more of an ambassador role for the Miz, for the Big Show rather than Miz. He is going to be signed through 2022. It's stated. He ain't going anywhere, man. I think the Miz's best years are to come, actually. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. But Bryan is the next big thing on WWE's radar, as it should be, and I fully expect him to re-sign with the company. Oh my God, man. We got one more news story here before I go into the Money in the Bank preview and predictions. And it is about Vince McMahon and the indecisiveness of Vince McMahon on title changes at major pay-per-views. Over the past few weeks alone, fans have heard that 3 different names are set to challenge Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar is said to be competing at SummerSlam in August. According to rumors, he may not even be there, which will be his second match since WrestleMania 34, with speculation suggesting that not only will Lesnar drop the championship, but his loss will also signal the end of his time in WWE. It was thought that Roman Reigns would be the one to get the third opportunity to defeat Brock Lesnar before Braun Strowman emerged as a strong contender to possibly battle Lesnar and dethrone him in Brooklyn. But a Money in the Bank cash-in has also been rumored too. Then Seth Rollins was the name that was making the rounds as somebody that WWE was seriously considering as the option to slay Brock Lesnar. Now, though, the Wrestling Observer has revealed that the direction WWE is heading in is in its original plan, and that is Lesnar Reigns 3. While the storyline with WWE is using the controversy of the finishes at WrestleMania and the Greatest Royal Rumble, along with the management angle, supposedly keeping Reigns away from the title on purpose, the same source revealed that Vince McMahon has and is likely to continue changing his mind. It's not just for the championship that, this is any big title match. This is a last-minute decision on Vince McMahon's part. He doesn't value the championships like he used to. The source is claiming that WWE fans should be prepared to see this a lot more moving forward, with Vince expected to be even more indecisive and potentially making big calls whenever he chooses. Last-minute decisions are occurring more often, and according to sources, the reason this is the case now compared to years that have gone by is because WWE's booking style is now extremely different. This is because the creative direction of characters and who does or doesn't hold the championships has absolutely no impact on the company's bottom line anymore. In simpler terms, it now makes absolutely no difference to WWE's profit whether Lesnar is the champion or if Reigns is holding the title or not. Or any other champion in the company for that matter. One of the bigger reasons why this is going to be the case moving forward is because WWE is going to sign a $1 billion deal, which is not confirmed yet, but pretty much is in the bag, with Fox to air SmackDown Live. So they'll have a vault full of money to fall back on. At the end of the day, it's going to be Vince picking and choosing who holds the championship titles, regardless of the reactions from the audience or how it can affect the character development of superstars. It simply is not looking like these title changes offer big profit in the end. This is bad. This is bad. You know what that means? It means Vince McMahon is pretty much a kid in a candy store. He's going to do what he wants, when he wants, with no repercussions behind it because he's got $1 billion coming in from Fox. It makes no difference to television. Vince McMahon is going to put titles on whoever he wants to put titles on, whether the fans hate them or not, because Vince, this is his playground. Whether or not you agree with that, I'm going to tell you right now, it does affect WWE. It affects the quality of television. Because one thing that is off in creative on television that doesn't make any sense, it's going to be jumped on by the fans and criticized because we live in a social media age. Fans will be all over that shit. But WWE, they don't give a fuck about the fans. They don't give a fuck about the fans. Of course it's going to affect house show attendance. It's going to affect everything on Raw. It's going to affect attendance at these live shows when they do Raw and SmackDown and during pay-per-views. If there's somebody at the top that fans don't want to see, they're not going to support. They're not going to come. I don't understand that decision. So I don't understand why it doesn't, I don't understand why Vince doesn't think it doesn't have an effect. It certainly does have an effect. It might not have an effect on their revenue, on their bottom line, but it's certainly going to have an effect through the WWE. Where's the consistency? You think having the title on Brock Lesnar is making WWE any money? I don't see any fucking difference. Not like this guy is going to house shows. Not like he's doing anything for fucking pay-per-view numbers. Not like he's doing anything for subscriptions. And if it is, it's very minuscule. The only reason why Lesnar has the title right now is because it's going to Roman Reigns. It's Vince McMahon's fantasy playground. That's all it is. It's pathetic. They hold no value. They don't give a fuck about championships anymore. They don't give a fuck about building up prestige for championships. You think what we're seeing with Seth Rollins now is done on purpose? No, it fell into WWE's lap accidentally. They gave the title to Seth Rollins. They didn't think Seth Rollins was going to be this over. So they're running with it. They captured lightning in a bottle with Seth Rollins. They don't give a fuck about the Intercontinental title. I wish WWE would treat the titles with more prestige and more care. I think it's just absolutely ignorant for anybody to say, yeah, the champion or the belt that is on a champion doesn't affect business. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, Jinder Mahal was so great with the WWE Championship. He made waves around the world, right? People were clamoring to come see Jinder Mahal defend the title. They don't have any effect. Are you fucking kidding me? The guy killed SmackDown Live. They don't have any fucking effect. It certainly had a fucking effect. It had effect not only on SmackDown Live. Nobody wanted to watch that fucking heap of shit. And no one cared about anything on SmackDown Live. It affected every aspect of that show. And it affected things creatively. You kept the title on Jinder Mahal, and it ruined everything creatively. Don't ever tell me it didn't. That is just one reason. And the only reason I need to give you. Fuck out of here. It doesn't affect business. Fuck out of here. That's such an ignorant fucking statement. I can't even believe I read that fucking story. So garbage. It's Vince McMahon's personal playground. That's all it is. He'll wake up one day, yeah, I want to make him champion. With no logic behind it. He'll make it happen. But to say that they don't have an effect, whoever the champion is doesn't have an effect on anything business-wise? Yeah, that's why there were empty seats in every arena when SmackDown Live had Jinder Mahal as his champion. Yeah, there are empty seats now, but you can look at the quality of fucking television that's happening right now compared to then. It's night and day. Not saying they're going to fucking sell out every arena, but it affected everything on that show from the top down. Yet this guy's in a major program on Monday Night Raw. Yet this guy continues to be billed and booked as a major heel in the company. The guy is awful. The guy is terrible. Some guys have it, some guys don't. Jinder doesn't have it. Fuck out of here. Last minute decisions. Everything in WWE is a last minute decision. Just watch Monday Night Raw and look at the quality of the fucking show. Look at their pay-per-views, last minute decision. No shit, it's a last minute decision. That's what's fucking killing their shows and the quality of shows. I don't give a fuck how much money they're making. Fuck out of here. Let's run through this Money in the Bank fucking card quick. I don't even give a shit about this show. Don't really give a shit. Chicago, listen to me. I hope you fucking let them have it. I hope you let them have it on Sunday night. Please. Burn it to the ground. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. A feud that's been billed as, hey, look at me. I'm tall. I'm better than you because I'm tall. Then you got Daniel Bryan. Who do I expect to win here? If I'm booking this, Daniel Bryan wins, and we move on from this fucking circus known as Big Cass. You know? I'm a 7-foot clown, and you can't teach that. Get this guy out of the position that he's in. Clearly, it's missed its mark. Daniel Bryan wins with another heel hook. Goodbye, Big Cass. But I would not be surprised if Big Cass wins it, to be honest with you. You know, because Daniel Bryan's contract, nobody knows if he's going to sign or not. So why not give Big Cass a win here because of the indecisiveness of Daniel Bryan to sign on the dotted line? You could go either way with that one. What makes more sense? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go with Big Cass to get the victory here over Daniel Bryan. Either way, I'm still going with Bryan. I'm going with the heel hook. I'm going with the heel hook there. And Big Cass taps out once again. Seth Rollins versus Elias for the Intercontinental Championship. I would have loved another 3 weeks of build for this. I feel like this seemingly just came out of nowhere. IC title on the line. It's been at least somewhat entertaining on Monday Night Raw when you didn't have Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns involved. WWE feeding Reigns, Rollins, and teaming with him just to feed off Rollins' hot momentum right now. Another, low blow there by WWE. They think they didn't, the fans weren't going to notice that one, right? No more desperation acts by WWE there. But Rollins and Elias have a decent feud going. I would have liked to see it built over the next couple of weeks, even more so to a match, but we're getting this match 3 weeks out. I don't expect Elias to take the Intercontinental Championship just yet. I don't know what WWE does here. I'm going to take Seth Rollins winning by disqualification, and I think Rollins is going to retain the title, and we're going to get this match again at Extreme Rules. And if Elias wants to do, or if WWE wants to do the title change then at Extreme Rules, then make it happen then. And then Rollins can go on to the Universal Championship title picture. But I don't think this is going to end here. I really don't. I think Rollins retains the title. Either he wins by DQ or Elias wins by DQ. But either way, Rollins is still going to walk out the Intercontinental Champion, and this match will have a rematch at Extreme Rules with some type of stipulation to fit that pay-per-view. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn, and something that I don't ever want to talk about again. Bobby Lashley's going to beat Sami Zayn here. No reason for Sami Zayn to win. They've embarrassed him enough, so you might as well just go all the way with it. You've embarrassed Bobby Lashley enough, but who is the money guy here for WWE out of the two? Clearly, Bobby Lashley. I expect him to win over Sami Zayn at Money in the Bank. The Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan versus Gallows and Anderson. Pre-show match. Don't even know why you're even bothering putting it on the show, but WWE is giving it to us anyway. No reason why I should believe Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are number one contenders. They didn't do anything for the titles. Bludgeon Brothers haven't defended the titles coming out of WrestleMania. So why am I going to be invested in a Bludgeon Brothers club match for the tag team titles? Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. There's no reason why the Bludgeon Brothers should be without the titles right now. I don't even know why the titles are even a thing on their show. You've kept them off SmackDown Live for the majority of the fucking build towards this pay-per-view, and then all of a sudden you just want to throw something on the card to just give us a title match for the sake of giving us a title match? That's time taken away from one of the bigger matches. Give the 5 minutes that you're going to give me here to Nakamura and Styles. Who cares? Ridiculous. Bludgeon Brothers going to win, retain the titles over the club. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal, Chicago. Remember when I pleaded with you before I even began this fucking half-assed preview? There you go. I want you to verbally destroy both men in Chicago. I want you to fucking go out there and cheer your hearts out for Jinder Mahal. But kill him at the same time. And slaughter Roman Reigns in the process. This match is fucking worthless. For whatever we got with the interaction between these two is what we got on Monday Night Raw, then you can expect nothing but fucking a bathroom break, a beer break, fucking have your girlfriend go down on you for the 5 minutes that this match is on. Whatever. This match is utterly fucking pointless. But WWE, if I'm booking this, I have Roman Reigns lose. If I'm booking this, I'm going with Jinder Mahal to get a victory with interference behind the referee's back, which is ultimately met with a coloss to Roman Reigns. And I have Roman Reigns lose in Chicago. I have the losses continue to pile up for Roman Reigns. And that's how you build a new character for Roman. Loss, loss, loss. And then he goes into business for himself and turns heel. That's a fantasy armchair booker scenario, but I'm really going with Jinder Mahal here. There's no reason for Roman Reigns to win this match. None. Absolutely none. Roman is as cold as ever. So keep it going. Have Jinder get the win here. Have Jinder get the win here. So I'm going with that. Carmella and Asuka. James Ellsworth just canceled his appearances in China. I think James Ellsworth is going to come back and cause a distraction victory for Carmella. Just because WWE is, I don't know what they are with Carmella, but I'm going to go based on what we've heard her say. Just listen to what she said on SmackDown. I beat Charlotte twice. You think I'm worried about Asuka? Of course I'm not worried about Asuka. WWE is going to give it to Carmella, where she can brag about beating Charlotte and beating Asuka and being the greatest SmackDown Live Women's Champion of all time. And James Ellsworth is going to be back on television. I'm going with the rumors. I think the rumors are true because he just canceled out of nowhere. He canceled his appearances in China. He was set to defend his intergender world championship. I think WWE is back on the James Ellsworth bandwagon. I think we see Ellsworth with Carmella, and he is the reason for her victory and retaining the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, I went over my reasoning here. I think Ronda should win the title, and I'm all for Ronda getting lost to Natalya in the cheapest way possible. You have that heel turn happen. Natalya wins the briefcase. Ronda Rousey wins the championship. The both friends celebrate in the middle of the ring. Boom. Stabs Ronda in the back, and we have a new Monday Night Raw Women's Champion named nobody that's in this match. Neither Naya or Ronda will be the Women's Champion. Natalya is going to be the Raw Women's Champion. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, last man standing match. I expect this match to be the best of the matches that they've had. I'm going with AJ Styles and Nakamura to go to a draw. I'm going with a draw. I'm going with another fuck finish here. Last man standing. This is such an easy out for WWE. Do you expect them to end this thing at Money in the Bank? Do you really expect them to end this feud before a pay-per-view aptly named Extreme Rules? Get the fuck out of here, man. I see this no finish coming a mile away. It's going to be a great match, but the reason why WWE ain't going to put this on in the main event is because of that non-finish. We're going to get another fuck finish. AJ Styles is going to retain the title because this match is going to a fuck finish, and we're going to get a conclusion at Extreme Rules, where AJ Styles finally ends this thing once and for all. I don't think Nakamura is winning the title at all during this entire feud. It's too little, too late for Shinsuke Nakamura. This is going to a draw. Last man standing. Both men do not make the 10 count, though I think it will be the best match that both of these men put on. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and Big E is my choice for the Money in the Bank Participation Award for the New Day. This could be very predictable or not, to be honest with you. Braun Strowman, I don't think he needs it. I don't think Braun Strowman needs the briefcase. Finn Balor is the only other one I could see winning this match, besides my choice. I'm going with The Miz. Rusev doesn't stand the chance. The only way WWE would have Rusev win is if Lana was even in contention of winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, because that would be a nice selling point and a nice angle. I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think Lana stands a chance, and you're not going to pick Lana over Natalya at all. Rusev ain't winning it. Rusev may be in there, he may look decent, but he ain't winning it. Bobby Roode, fuck no, he stands no chance. He stands the least chance out of everybody. Kevin Owens, he ain't winning it, he's got no momentum. Though the briefcase would be perfect for Kevin Owens. Out of everybody in this match, the briefcase would probably be perfect for Kevin Owens. Samoa Joe, the only reason why I would give Samoa Joe a chance is because of Daniel Bryan's uncertainty to sign a new contract. WWE may give the title to Samoa Joe with The Miz not even challenging Daniel Bryan because nobody knows what's happening with Daniel Bryan. You know? So we'll see what happens with that. But Big E, this could be a breakout moment for him. There were rumors about Big E cashing in the briefcase, winning the briefcase, cashing it in, and having him have a big singles run. I don't think that's going to happen either. I think you keep the New Day together. They are so valuable together. Why would you break them away? How would you put Big E on a singles run by himself away from the New Day? The New Day, after what happened at E3, why would you want to break them away? It makes no point. No sense at all. So I'm going with The Miz here, man. The Miz is the only thing that makes sense. The Miz factoring into the WWE Championship situation, whether Bryan is involved or not, whether Bryan is the champion or not, whether he is in a championship match or not, or coming close to winning the championship or not, it just makes sense. It's the perfect foundation for The Miz and Daniel Bryan to begin their feud. And I would keep them away till WrestleMania. I would not have this match at SummerSlam. I would not. I would have The Miz just kind of lay the fucking groundwork for what is to come. I would have The Miz and AJ Styles battle it out for the WWE Championship. And then you bring in Bryan after the fact. But I don't know if WWE is going to be that patient. I'm going with The Miz here. Guys like Joe and Strowman don't need it, though I could see Joe. Kevin Owens, I could see him being the perfect guy to hold the briefcase. Bobby Roode has no chance. Rusev has no chance. Finn Balor, maybe. But other than that, I'm going with The Miz. He is just the most likely option of everyone in that match. And finally, the women. Ember Moon, Charlotte, Miss Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. Ember Moon is the dark horse here, but I don't see her winning the match. Charlotte ain't winning the match because Charlotte's going to have surgery for a ruptured breast implant after this pay-per-view is over. So giving her the briefcase and her having be out 6 weeks ain't going to work. You want that briefcase on television. Charlotte ain't winning it. Miss Bliss, I'm not surprised by anything they do with her. WWE could easily give her the briefcase because she's a fan favorite and she's a favorite of management. So it would not be out of the realm of possibility for Miss Bliss to win the briefcase. Becky Lynch, no chance, though she may be the one deserving of it most. I don't see her winning it at all. Lana, don't see her winning it at all. She's trash. Naomi, I don't see her winning it. Sasha, you can't have a ladder match without Sasha in there. She's merely in there because it's a ladder match and WWE needs a Sasha Banks in a ladder match because she is one of the bigger priorities in the women's division across both Raw and SmackDown. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Not have Sasha Banks in this thing? She's just there because they need to put her there to have her name on the bill. I'm going with Natalya to win the briefcase and win the championship later on in the night. That's my predictions for Money in the Bank. So once again, we got Natalya winning the women's ladder match. We got The Miz winning the men's. A draw happening between Styles and Nakamura. Natalya winning the Raw Women's Championship after Rousey wins it and stabs her in the back. Carmella with assisting from Mr. James Ellsworth. Jinder Mahal over Roman Reigns. The Bludgeon Brothers over the Club. Lashley over Sami Zayn. Rollins retains the title against Elias. And Daniel Bryan wins over Big Cass. That is my preview and predictions for Money in the Bank, and that is part 2 of Off the Script. one thing I want to say before I get out of here. If this seemed a little rushed to you, I know. I am strapped for time because my PC has no fucking memory on it, and I don't know what's causing it to take up my memory. I have nothing on my computer. This is mainly used for recording. Everything that I record, I upload, I delete it, it's gone. It's on YouTube, it's on iTunes, it's there. I wipe everything away. I don't know what's taking up my memory, but I would have loved to make this another 20 minutes longer. I'm just afraid that I'm not going to have any memory to fucking render this thing out. So if someone is a computer genius out there and could figure out a way to free up free space on a computer that has fucking nothing on it, I have no games, I have nothing on here. So I don't know what the fuck's the issue, but it is what it is, man. That's your Money in the Bank preview predictions. Some news and rumors surrounding Money in the Bank, and I still hope you enjoyed the video for what it is. And the memory problem here on my PC is also the reason for the transitions that you've seen in the video as well. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, that's the reason for that. But I'm getting out of here, guys. Thank you so very much. I will see you guys with the rest of the news and rumors tomorrow for part 3, and I'll see you guys tonight for NXT TakeOver in Chicago. I will be live tweeting, so join me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. I'm getting out of here, guys. I'll see you guys tonight for TakeOver, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow for part 3 on Money in the Bank Sunday for Off the Script. I'll talk to you later.